Las Pozas is a very popular stop. You can see here it's got over 16,000 reviews on Google Maps, and it's in the middle of the jungle where a crazy guy decided to build an entire infrastructure of sculptures, buildings of all kinds, and they're being overgrown by vegetation, but that was on purpose. This is cool. Check this out. These statues and stuff.
Okay, all this place is a piece of art.
It's a piece of art, all right.
And we need to use your imagination to understand everything about the Edward James want to know with this piece of art. He comes to Gilitla in 1947, and he was thinking that it's a piece of sky.
You became a fan of opium? So
Opium drug lord builders. All right.
so
Check that out. Look at that. It's awesome.
so he started being active in the artistic scene.
Well, a little bit of opium does help with the artistic creativity. Yes.
And we're about to learn how it became about to be here.
Okay. Nice little lizard friend for the day. He's
Look at that.
He's a little fat. Been eating well. Tastes like chicken. So behind me on my left here is the Stairway of Heaven. This guy smoked a lot of opium.
1964, believe it or not, there was a big snowstorm here, and it burned all the flowers, orchids that this guy liked. So he said, let's do some sculptures to remember the orchids, and that's what we're gonna see right now.
Nice. So Francisco, this guy kept a freaking jaguar right here.
Well, if you're gonna have a pet, you might as well go big.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Is this guy crazy?
He's crazy.
He was crazy.
He was high
He was loco.
every day.
Gatos en los pantalones.
I was a Cub Scout when I was younger. This kind of reminds me of the Weeblo symbol. It's probably a drug plant, though. I don't know. I gotta admit, the farther into this we go, the more respect I have for this crazy guy. This just epic amount of infrastructure and randomness and hallucinations that have come to life. Gotta remember those plants that got taken out by that winter storm, I guess. Let's just immortalize them since we can't find them again, you know. How much opium do you have to smoke to come up with all this? Check, it's a nice little waterfall down there. Pretty cool. It's beautiful. This whole thing's been overgrown, and that's intentional apparently. Look at those statues up there. Infrastructure keeps going and going. So for those seagull fans out there, this is the flight of the seagull. Back in my heritage in Utah, when the Mormon pioneers settled in, they had a huge amount of crickets that came in and decimated all the crops. So they prayed and said, hey, help us out, Lord. Lord sent a bunch of seagulls. So that's what I'm thinking about when I look at this. Let's zoom in and check it out. There's a sculpture like every 5 feet in this entire facility. I mean, just take a look at this one right here. Looking out. Okay. So right here is the torture chamber. No, I'm just kidding. It's actually razors to measure your soul. Torture chamber sounded actually more realistic, didn't it? This scene behind me frames a living piece of art. Let's take a look. So this sculpture right here represents a woman's womb, and although you don't see the water on right now, that hole right there would spit out the water and it would land in the womb and then continue forward, just like life.
So the running joke is those 4 pillars there hold up the whole structure of the mountain, and the mushroom-like small sculpture there was missing about this much of the space. So the sculpture, this guy put a stone there to hold up, and now everything is in balance, and those 5 pillars are holding the entire mountain there. So I'm not laughing, are you?
This particular sculpture is to remember a father of the guy that owned this place who was crushed by an elephant. So what you see right there are the feet of elephants. How would you like a statue of an airplane for your laundry room? Well, that's what we see right here, followed by the bamboo castle. And as you scroll over to the right down there, you're gonna see a whirlpool in the shape of an eye. Behind me are the hands that built this property. When the owner died in 1984, it was closed down for about 10 years. 10 fingers right there. Opened up to the public in 1994. These 7 snakes behind me represent the 7 deadly sins.
All right, Steven, Mac question time.
All right.
What was Edward James CI?
Probably a rainmaker, having a good time, just doing whatever he wants. But at the same time, he had to be paired with an architect to build something like this. Maybe the construction gay lover was the architect and Edward was a rainmaker, just making things happen and starting things. But he also finished things, so he needed some follow through. So it's anybody's guess, who knows?
Last question. L and I. Pick it.
He's gonna have an eye of between 7 and 9, because you have to have the ability to create something out of nothing like this. I mean, take a look at that. I mean, this is insane. Just the amount of ingenuity required to build this.